Most of us investors look at investment returns every day, but only a few of us actually understand the difference between absolute return, XIRR, rolling returns, and CAGR. When you log into any investment platform, you will always see the first three numbers. In this video, let's conceptually break these returns down one by one. Suppose you invested 1 lakh rupees and it grew to 1 lakh 10,000. Your profit is 10,000 rupees. So your absolute return is 10,000 divided by 1 lakh, that is profit divided by investment, which is equal to 10%. Now here is the problem. If this growth happened in 2 years, the absolute return is 10%. And even if the same growth happened over 5 years, the absolute return is still 10%. So friends, absolute returns actually ignores the time factor. So next time somebody tells you, I got a 30-40% return, remember to ask them the time period. And this is precisely why we need CAGR. Bringing time period into the return calculation. CAGR stands for Compound Annualized Growth Rate. It answers the very simple question, if my investments were to grow at a very steady rate every year, what would that rate be? Let us use the same example again. You invested 1 lakh rupees, it became 1 lakh 10,000 in 2 years. CAGR helps us calculate how much this investment effectively grew each year. The formula for CAGR looks like this. Don't worry if this formula looks intimidating. In real life, you don't need to calculate this manually. There are plenty of online calculators. So we input the invested value, the ending value, the number of years, and there it is. The CAGR is 4.88%. The formula is not important. What is important is understanding that CAGR brings time period back into the calculation mix, which absolute returns actually completely ignored. Now let us change the example slightly. Instead of investing 1 lakh rupees on a single day, imagine you invested 10,000 rupees every month for 10 months. And after 2 years, the total value of this investment became 1 lakh 10,000. In this case, CAGR does not work. Why? CAGR is talking about point-to-point returns. It assumes that all investments are done at one time. And when there is a series of investments, CAGR does not work. And here is where IRR or internal rate of return comes in. IRR works for multiple cash inflows, multiple cash outflows. But again, there is a problem. IRR assumes that this has to be done, these cash flows, inflows and outflows have to be done at regular intervals, meaning either it can be monthly or it can be yearly. But in real life, we investors invest randomly on different dates. SIP can happen on different dates. We do lump sum investments whenever the market falls, because of which IRR will not be helpful. And that is why we have something called XIRR, which is Extended Internal Rate of Return. So in case of XIRR, the cash flows can be on any date. So don't worry about how these calculations are going to happen. These are very simple in Excel, and I'm going to do a demo right away. So in case of IRR, let us look at the first example. On the first year, we invested 1 lakh rupees. And please notice the minus symbol here. And we got in the third year 1 lakh 10,000. So all you need to do is IRR and then just give these values. And there you have it, 4.881% IRR. Now let us look at XIRR. In case of XIRR, this example I have input here, right? We invested for 10 months, 10,000 rupees. Again, notice the negative symbol. We didn't do anything for 2 years, the total amount till 2 years. And 1st of January 2026, we got back 1 lakh 10,000. And let us calculate the XIRR here, right? So we are putting in the values. These are the values, and input the date, enter, and there you have it, 6.02%. Now, what if we want to check the consistency of returns over a long period of time? We saw that CAGR talks about point-to-point return. So the entry date and the exit date will determine what is the CAGR. Change the entry date and CAGR can change drastically. So to solve this, we have rolling returns. Rolling returns checks the consistency of return of investments over a long period of time. Let us see with a practical example. Let's understand rolling returns visually. Assume you are a long-term investor and you usually stay invested for 5 years. You want to know what range of returns you could realistically expect from this fund. So we take the entire history of the fund, let's say 2010 to 2025. First, we assume an investment was made on 1st of January 2010, and we calculate the return as of 1st of January 2015. Then we shift to the starting by 1 day to January 2nd, 2010, and again calculate the return as of 2nd January 2015. And we keep repeating this process, moving the window 1 day at a time across the entire history of the fund. Each time we are calculating a 5-year CAGR. Since the investor could have invested on any day, this method actually captures all possible 5-year investor experiences. This entire series of 5-year CAGR calculations is what is called 5-year rolling returns. And in the same way, you can calculate 3-year, 7-year, 10-year rolling returns, depending on your investment horizon. So in rolling returns, we do not look at one single number. We look at the best return, the worst return, and the range of outcomes from this particular investment. It is very important to understand that we should not be ideally looking at average of rolling returns. It might not be enough. In fact, it can be very misleading. Why? Because it can, when you take the average, you can actually exclude the extreme outcomes, and you can have very wrong expectations about that investment. So it is very important to look at rolling returns as a range of outcomes. So to summarize, absolute return is being used to understand how our money grew. CAGR is for point-to-point comparison. How much return did I get in the last 1 year, in the last 2 years, in the last 3 years, on an average yearly basis? XIRR is used for calculating my overall portfolio returns. For example, you can calculate a SIP return. Rolling returns are for comparing investments across different time horizons. Friends, hope this video makes it clear for you to understand where each of these returns are important and when to use them.